feel like I sweated all of my makeup off at the Grove. Shopping for my subscribers. Come back on Monday. Hey you guys, it is Wednesday night, way too late, but I am filming this. I am making it happen. I will give you the details as to why I'm filming so late at night in just a second, but welcome to Hot or Not Thursday. It is time to discuss the Kyshadow palette. This is the bronze palette from KYLIE Cosmetics, and so many people have been flipping out about this palette, wanting reviews. You guys highly requested this. I made it happen, and we are doing this. Full swatches, plus me trying the shadow on, and I have gathered up all of my pro and con thoughts, and there are a lot of them. So I just want to let you know the drop-in clips of me actually applying the shadow are going to be a lot brighter, and my makeup probably will look a lot fresher than it does right now because I feel like I'm in full makeup meltdown at this particular moment. It's 10:14 at night. My little behind will be editing all evening long. You can feel free to give me a thumbs up for that if you like. I wouldn't mind that at all, actually. Okay, so I went out to dinner and I also went shopping for back to school giveaway. It's going to be rad. This is happening on Monday. Mark your calendars. Okay, so I went to the Grove. I ate dinner, I went shopping, I got stuff done. I was planning on coming back home and editing the video, the KYLIE review video, except for the little file. I love how I'm so just not even technically with it. I edit on Final Cut Pro. I'm great at editing, but my terms of the file is corrupt. It's not the worst thing in the world because I'm sitting back down and I'm filming this again, and thank God that I have big lights and I'm able to do it, except for I never film at the end of the day like this because I feel like I just look gross and feel gross unless I'm doing a WTF check-in. I prefer filming in the day, and I was wearing a much cuter outfit too. Can I just say that? Maybe I'll wear it in another video. Anyway, so we are going to talk about this palette. You get 9 shades in here. For the most part, they are all warm toned shades. 7 of these are matte. 2 of these are shimmers. They are not super metallic. They are just shimmer. We are going to go through color by color. Some of them I do really love. Some of them left me going, I have some harsh opinions. You guys kind of know that. I already did a KYLIE lip kit review. I loved some of them, and some of them I do enjoy and use. Some of them were just not for me. I will link that video down below as well. In fact, I had really good intentions. I was like, oh, I'm gonna wear one of the liquid lipsticks and it will be cute that I'm wearing KYLIE on my lips, KYLIE on the eyes, but it was just so drying that James was like, what are you wearing? Take it off. So if you have dry lips at all, it's just not a cute idea, I think, in general, to wear liquid lipstick. But anyway, my point with that is I'm going to give you a very thorough, raw, honest review. That is what Hot or Not is all about, and we're going to do this. Before we get into the whole pros and cons, I just want to remind you guys that when I'm posting this video, it will be Thursday, which is Style Code Live Day, and I will be in the live chat at 6 p.m. The show is 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific, and the hot product of the week is so cool. It is for when you screw up your makeup and you need to fix the situation, which I think we have all been there a time or two. So I hope you check it out. I will leave a link in the description box below. But let's get to the nitty gritty of the Kyshadow palette. First off, something that I love about this, and I'm a sucker for packaging, so just bear with me. It is the packaging. I love the packaging. I think this is so cool. I wish I could frame this on my wall, blow it up and frame it on my wall as art. I love the metallic tears. I love the 2 eyes. I think it's gorgeous, really sophisticated. I wish that there was a mirror in here instead of just KYLIE, but you know, I can forgive that. I'm more interested in the makeup than the mirror, even though it is nice to have a mirror, right? This is the most freaking intense mirror. Ew. I have a lot of mirrors to do makeup. It's not going to be the end of the world if a palette doesn't have one in there, but I just thought I would point that out. You also get this cool, how rad is that? This cool little card that has KYLIE's eyes and, I mean, eyeshadow goals right here. I love the haloed kind of a look going on, and I think it's a cute little touch. The box that it comes in actually says Kyshadow. I think that's a cool play on words. I think it's really just, I don't know, there's something about it that's really, really fun. You get your KYLIE XOXO on the back, and the sides are metallic. So the packaging is a thumbs up, and some of the shadows are surprisingly really, really good, and some of them are really crappy. I feel like I'm going to be way, way more like up here doing this again the second time because I was served gluten at dinner. I requested no gluten, and I think they put a sauce, I think it was in a sauce or something. I can tell my heart starts racing and my stomach like swells, and I'm just not feeling 100%. Okay, first things first. This shadow up here, I think this is Jasper. This is my favorite shadow of the whole palette. That is why I did the look that I did today, to kind of show off how bright you can get it on the lid, how bright it can be underneath the eyebrow, and it helps blending through the crease. I do want to say, you know, I'm going to point out which ones are patchy and which ones I had a tough time blending, but look at my eyes. I have not touched them up at all. This is it. This is like, you know, it's pretty. You can make this palette work for you. You can make it look good if you kind of use certain techniques and know what to do with it. Is it the best thing on the planet? No. But it is $42, so you're paying roughly a little under $5 a shadow. In my mind, that's about drugstore pricing. So, you know, you can't expect Chanel in each individual pan. So let's cut the girl a break. I think people are way, way too intense. I mean, like, let's not hate too much. If you like the palette, you like the swatches you see online, great, go for it. You're a fan of KYLIE, great, go for it. If you don't like it, then just don't buy it and like leave it be. There's no need for all of this like, oh my God. Do you know what I mean? Okay, back to the swatches. So I'm going to show you on the back of my hand. If I just do one across, it looks really powdery, but I do want to show you because I feel like this guy in Tom Ford, this is the Cocoa Mirage palette. This guy is very similar, like they are almost identical in color. And this one also is very powdery. So that's not always the reason that you should like count out a shadow. You know, swatches will only tell you so much. You have to really get it on the eyes to figure out if it blends well, wears well all day, gives you enough even pigmentation. And I have to say this one does. I will continue using this palette because of that shade, and I think it's so pretty. The one next over to that, Quartz, this is so-so. I mean, it's really kind of average. I feel like you see this type of a shade everywhere. To be honest, I feel like you get it in a lot of more warm toned palettes. And I did use this one to highlight my brow bone. You can highlight the inner corner. It's not going to give you like a bam, like nylon-esque, really intense highlight, but it is shimmery and it is a lot lighter on the skin than it is, you know, than the way it looks in the actual palette. Over here, I freaking dented the shadow already. Welcome to the acrylic nail life. I have not done this in like years, since I was like 21, but I have long nails right now. It's what I did after completely destroying my own nails with OMG Tuesday and trying those really heinous, hard to remove press-on nails. The reason I hated them so much is because they just, A, didn't fit my nail, and B, they wouldn't come off, but they finally did, and now I have these. So long story short, I've already dented my KYLIE palette. But this shade up here is quite patchy. It's more on the cool tone side. It gets a little muddy. It's not my favorite. Moving on. Down here, I actually really like this shade. This one is called Goldstone, and I think this is beautiful all over the lid. You could do just kind of a one shade smoky eye and go a little bit in the crease and above, do a little liner mascara, you're done. And this one smudged underneath the eye is stunning. I love this one. It's not very intense. It's something that you have to build and work on. From there, we have the lovely orange shade that is super flattering, especially green and blue eyes. So flattering. I have this up more in the inner crease really intensely, and I found that this blended really beautifully with a crease brush. But when I was doing swatches, I couldn't do it. I mean, I was like really struggling. I was like, shoot, this is one of my favorites in the palette. Why is it not swatching? This looks horrible. It is really dusty. You get a lot of kickback. So you want to make sure when you're grabbing it that you knock your shadow brush off so that you don't have a lot of fallout. Do we see how dusty that is? Whereas if you go down or even like next to it with this one, not as dusty. So keep in mind, some of them give a lot of dust and a lot of kickoff. Some of them don't. This one is really pretty bad. So is this one. But the color is beautiful. I'll wear it again for sure. I really like it. Moving on down here, this is like a maroon red undertone, really earthy, beautiful shade. I did use this on the outer edge. It is kind of tough to blend, but I want to give you guys a tip. Make sure when you are going into a color like this that you are not going in with your fingertips close up to the brush, grabbing a ton of product. Hold it far back on the barrel, dab it, kick off some of the excess or kind of fling your brush around and just kind of let the excess fly off of it. Again, don't go like this to put on your shadow. Keep your grip at the end of the barrel. That way you are not applying a ton of pressure and you can build up the color slowly without it giving you that patchy effect. So if you work this into your crease or work this on the lid, you can get a nice pretty effect. You can make this palette work. Not the best formulation, but moving on. This one I used as liner and I really, really liked it. And it's actually surprising me because I didn't use a liner sealer or anything. Like they have those little drops that are like, make your powder shadow into 24-hour wearing eyeliner. I just used like a little bit of Fix Plus and I grabbed a little bit of this and I lined my eyes. I didn't want to do a wing. Something that I like doing with these kind of more red tone chocolatey browns is lining my eye really tightly, and it just kind of enhances your eye color. This is a beautiful shade. I feel like I've ruined it because I got a wet brush in there. This one I don't think I would use for anything other than lining because it is extremely tough to blend. And do you see that? Very, very, very patchy. The black in here is not as intense as, God, what is Makeup Geek's one called? Why is that escaping me? That's like my favorite black eyeshadow ever. I think it's called Corrupt. Is that what it's called? I'll list it below. Anyway, it's not that inky, intense black. Looking at it, you would think that it would be, and swatching it on your finger, you would think that it would be, but when you go across, it's just kind of dusty and not as smooth or intense or as rich as you would want. Let me give you another example. Miss Kat Von D's palette right here. This black, I'm going to pick up just a little bit and put it right next door. Do we see the difference? Giant difference. Giant difference. I would actually recommend you guys, now that I'm opening this up, holy shoot, with exception of the shimmers and the orange, this is a very similar kind of a vibe going on. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of really wanted to like this palette. I wanted to like it so that I could be cool with the Kardashians because I really like them. I know they're not everybody's cup of tea, but I think that their style is really incredible. I'm inspired by it. I'm especially inspired by, you know, Kim and Kourtney and Khloe and actually I'm inspired by all of them. But I love that the women of the family are so strong and that they still stay glamorous and on trend. You know, like Kim Kardashian is older than me and I get so much hate for like, oh my God, why are you wearing a shirt like that? You think you're so cool and you're a teenager. You're not. Stop it. And for me, I'm like, I'm just having fun with fashion, with makeup, and I don't know, they just inspire me to keep doing that no matter what anyone says. I want to be supportive of them and supportive of someone who has this incredible reach and makeup launch, but I just wanted to give you guys all of the pros and cons. And if you are fearing that, oh my God, I didn't get it, it's sold out, I can't believe this, like, you're not missing anything that spectacular. The packaging is really cool. The color selection is just like a nice array of things that will carry you into fall, but can you live without it? Yeah, totally, you can. Go buy Kat Von D's Shade and Light eyeshadow palette and Chickadee from Makeup Geek and call it a day. I think I have done my makeup investigating here and have shared with you all of my pros and cons. I hope to see you tonight, which will magically be tomorrow on Style Code Live. In the live chat, I will be there hanging out. The show is at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. I hope that you come and join me, and thank you guys for hearing me talk about Amazon so much. I really am proud to be a partner of the show, and it allows me a lot of flexibility with my channel here on YouTube. So I just want to throw that out as well. All right, I hope you guys are having a good one. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I will see you in tomorrow's video. Mwah.